Hey, William in Denver, Colorado. Matthew here in the Dirty D, Durham, North Carolina, with freeprescriptionlenses.com. I mentioned my hometown because, as fate would have it, William is from Durham, North Carolina, before moving 11 miles away to be educated at the University of North Carolina in Chapel Hill before graduating and moving to Denver. But tonight I am cutting for you the RayBan 2140, which is the original Wayfarer, color 901, which is the classic and classy shiny black in the 50 eye size. I'm going to take everything out of the original packaging as RayBan sends it to me. Of course, your Italian leather RayBan case, your RayBan frame, which I will get to, your RayBan cleaning cloth, junk mail because you just don't get enough of it at home in your mailbox. Of course, this comes in numerous languages, as well as your booklet talking about all the icons of which you are getting, from the aviator, the shooter, the outdoorsman, the Wayfarer, and it goes on to talk about many more in the history of RayBan, but this is it. It comes with a little plastic sleeve on the left temple to protect the temples from rubbing together while it is being shipped from Italy. Hopefully my camera will pick that up. And of course, you're going to get all the manufacturer's original packaging. I have taken out, using a lot of heat, I have taken out your original heavy glass lenses, and I am now going to cut some unbreakable, lightweight, bulletproof lenses for you. I'm going to take your frame, put it in the tracing element of my edger, and hit start. Everybody wants to know, how does the computer know what shape lens to cut? This is why. This little stylus comes up and it goes around and traces the inside of the right lens before doing the same thing for the left. Here at freeprescriptionlenses.com, where everyone loves a bargain and no one is disappointed in quality. You buy a genuine, authentic RayBan frame and you'll receive one free pair of clear single vision prescription lenses, or in this case, non-prescription fashion lenses. My receipts have my federal ID tax number, so if you have vision insurance or flex dollars, you will get reimbursed for this purchase, whether they are prescription or not. So that is the shape of the lens we are cutting, magnified, that green outline. Let me minify to show you the real size that we're doing. And I'm going to, actually I'll keep it minified because these are non-prescription. Let me take your lenses out of the protective sleeves, and I'm going to place the first one onto the platform. You can see the outline of the lens right there. Now, this is a block, or as I like to call them, Jenny from the block. I need to attach this to your lens while it is cutting. So I need to use a double-sided adhesive sticker to do that, of which I've got a couple up here. So I'm going to pull this off. The black side is the sticky side. I'm going to stick this onto the first block, place that on the platform. We're going to do the same thing now for the second one. Now on the back is a little silver button. That is a magnet. It's going to do its job twice tonight. The first one is going to hold it in place in the arm. So I'm going to pull the paper away to make the black side sticky. I'm going to marry this magnet to the magnet that is in there. And if these were prescription lenses, I would orient it in there just perfectly to line up the axis. It is not. It does not matter where it goes. So I'm going to hit that button, and down comes the arm and places the block onto what could be the right lens, the left lens. It really doesn't matter tonight. So I'm going to take the lens out of the packet. Now again, if these were prescription, I would put in the pupillary distance and the optical center, the OC height as it's referred to as, but because these are non-prescription lenses, it does not matter how they go in. Pull the paper away to make the black side sticky, line that up, hit the button, and down comes the block onto, is this the right lens, the left lens? The right lens, the left lens. Let's play a game. Which one you getting? Which one you getting? Which one you getting? This will be the right lens. All right, so this is the edger. This is what costs $40,000. It weighs 200 pounds. I recommend everyone go out and buy their own. Put it on your kitchen counter. Then you won't need this guy anymore to cut your lenses for you. You'll be able to do it at home once I teach you how. So the actual cutting wheel is over here on the far right. It's going to act like a heavy grit sandpaper to grind away your lens material. This wheel in the center with that channel, the little valley in it, that's what's going to put the V-shaped bevel onto the lens so it stays inside the bevel of the frame. So now the magnet is going to do its job the second time tonight. It's going to hold it in place into the chuck, or as I like to call it, the Charles, because I don't know this machine well enough to call it chuck. So I'm going to wake up the computer. That is the shape of the lens we'll be cutting. These are polycarbonate lenses. If they were plastic, Hindex plastic, or Trivex, I would select that, or to be determined. I like that, like they're going to come up with some new lens material. But we're going to stick with polycarbonate tonight. I do not want to polish the edges of your lens. I am not going to put a bevel on the front surface, the convex surface of the lens. I am only going to put a safety bevel on the rear concave surface of the lens. The lens is in there? Yes, yes it is. Let's go ahead and hit the start button. The door closes, the clamp shuts, and then the lens is going to be traced by 2 white styluses, making sure that the lens is large enough to fit into the frame. And you can see as it's going around tracing the shape of the lens. And then the old carpenter saying, measure twice, cut once. It's measuring the thickness of the lens at every point to know exactly and precisely where to place the bevel so you have the least amount of edge thickness. Now, these being non-prescription, you're going to have none, but I do include free prescription lenses with every pair of glasses sold, regardless of the script. So that does become critical later on where to place the bevel. Now, if you see light flickering in the background, that is water running to catch the optical sawdust as the polycarbonate gets cut away from the cutting wheel. In just a moment it will touch down. Polycarbonate lenses cut dry where plastic and high-index plastic cut wet. Now your lenses are made out of polycarbonate. Polycarb is 40% thinner and lighter than regular plastic. They are virtually unbreakable. Your lenses are bulletproof up to 22 caliber and have both UVA and UVB protection. We know what the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays can do to your skin, where your eyes are 8 times more sensitive than your skin. So you have permanent sunscreen for your eyes, unlike the lotions, creams, and sprays that need to be reapplied every couple hours when you're in direct exposure to the sun, which is pretty high up there, mile high there in Denver, Colorado. This is permanent and never needs to be reapplied. Now, the other nice thing about your lenses is they are aspheric. Aspheric simply means not spherical. A spherical lens is round in every direction and gives you that ugly cosmetic fishbowl appearance. Aspherical lenses are much flatter. So, you buy glasses from people online, they charge you for the prescription. That's no good. You want the thinner, lighter weight, unbreakable, bulletproof lenses with UVA and UVB protection and scratch coating built in. Excuse me. They charge you a fee for that. And then if you want to upgrade to the thinner, flatter curvature lenses that fit in today's flatter curvature frames, they charge you another third fee for that. You get all that for free simply by buying the frame from me. Now, you have the anti-glare coating. Let me demonstrate how that works. Anti-glare is 3 features in one. It eliminates glare when driving at night, but particularly driving at night in the rain. But street lights, stop lights, computer screens, overhead fluorescent lights. The second feature, it's an anti-reflection coating. That's why it goes by the initials ARC. So when someone's looking at you, they're not looking at their reflection in your glasses. It makes for much better eye contact. And of course, if you take a selfie or anyone takes a picture of the flash, you won't see the flash lit up. Plus, it reduces a lot of eye fatigue while you're at the computer. What'd I do with that? Here we go. So, but the third feature that I like, which is the practical side, is it takes over 24 hours to apply 7 different coatings, vaporize 7 different coatings onto your lens. So, and the machine that does that costs well over $1 million. So to protect their time and your investment, they put the hardest scratch protection possible on the lens to, again, protect their time and your investment. So I've put the lens in the outside corner, push down with my thumbs. It doesn't want to go in, so I'm going to take it down 1/10 of a millimeter. I'm just going to bring that down and hit retouch. Now, 1/10 of a millimeter, to all my American friends who have no clue, a millimeter is the distance between my thumbnails. I'm going to take 1/10 of that distance off, going around the circumference of the lens until it snaps in perfectly. I do not want to force the lens in there. That would cause the frame to stretch or to roll. If you can imagine your lens is a gutter, if the lens were too tight, I mean the frame is like a gutter. If I put the lens in, it was too tight, it would cause it to roll outwards, giving you a terrible cosmetic look as well as diminishing the lifespan of the frame. I'm not going to do that. I am a perfectionist who cuts every pair of lenses that gets shipped worldwide. So you want someone like me on your team. But again, I can move the bevel forwards or backwards to give you the best cosmetic look possible. Again, William, that's not going to be critical in your frame because yours is non-prescription. But again, anyone else out there who does have a strong prescription and you want a free pair of prescription lenses with the purchase of any frame, it doesn't have to be RayBan. I do Polo, Gucci, Prada, Versace, Coach, Michael Kors, Silhouettes. You get them for free when you buy the frame from me. So in just a moment, I will open this door again with my mind. I can do other things with my mind. I can melt ice with my mind. I can. It just takes me a couple hours, but I can do it. I just gotta keep staring at it. Ice melt. That's my ice grunting sound. I do want to use my thumbnail to remove any optical debris. Now again, I'm going to tuck the lens in at the outside corner here first and push down at the nose. It snaps in, so let's go ahead and start cutting the left lens. I'm going to move that over. Come on, where's the magnet? There it is. Come on, magnet, go up. Hit the L, and we're going to hit start. Just like before, the door closes, the clamp shuts, and then the lens is going to be traced to make sure it's large enough to fit into the left side of the frame. You can see as it's going around doing that shape. And the old carpenter saying measure twice, cut once. It's measuring the thickness of the lens to know exactly where to place the bevel so you have the least amount of edge thickness showing, and of course you don't. And look at that flat curvature, to nothing bulging out of there. Let me take the block off. Nothing bulging out of the frame. That's what you get with the aspheric lenses. Great cosmetic look. Now this is the classic shiny black from RayBan. It also comes in the classic tortoise, which is color 902. It is the classic tortoise. You almost have to hold it up to the light to have it see differently. Classic black in my right hand, the classic tortoise in my left. Now if you want something a little bit snazzy or a hybrid of the two, it also comes in a blue tortoise, which is color 858. But this is a blue tortoise. Maybe you can see that in there. And then the same black temples you would get on this frame, but with the blue tortoise front. Of course, this frame comes in about 50 colors, so if there's any color out there that you want that I don't have listed, because they're always coming out with new colors, just email me and I'll be glad to ship you whatever color you want. And of course, all Wayfarers are handmade in Italy. Now there's a 5121 ophthalmic Wayfarer, meaning that it's designed to have ophthalmic lenses installed, which these are. But those are made in China, along with your iPod, your iPhone, your iPad, the spy satellites that's recording this conversation now. All of that is made in China. Nothing against it. Very high quality stuff made in China as well. But 99% of all of RayBan's sunglasses are made in Italy, where 99% of all their ophthalmic glasses are made in China. So because there's no difference between the 5121 and this one, except this one's made in Italy, the other one's made in China, I made sure to ship you the Italian made one. They both have the triple barrel hinge, which you could almost drive over and never break. Of course, your old college days in Chapel Hill at the University of North Carolina Tar Heels, which hopefully will be the national championship this year. I have one of their basketball posters up every year. I know I'm going to lose sales to Duke fans out there, but that's the way it goes. Of course, William was telling me that when he was in school at Carolina, he used to visit Carburritos, great Mexican place in Carborough, as well as Weaver Street Market, great grocery store. And wait, who am I leaving out? Oh, Cat's Cradle, the great local music club, who I had the pleasure of seeing Guided by Voices one night. Great, crazy show. Crazy show one New Year's Eve. Alright, so I'm going to tuck the left lens in at the outside corner using my thumbs. I press down at the nose. Hey, the little block pops off. It's saying, hey, its work is done. So that's that. Let me come down here. I'm actually going to go ahead. If these were prescription, I would use my Marco 101 lensometer to verify them, but because they're not, I won't need to. But this is the point in every video that as I clean the glasses, I mentioned that, William, when you get these in the mail, there is a very small chance that these could fit too loose or too tight. However, there is an 80% chance that one side is going to sit higher than the other. That is because 80% of people have one ear that is higher than the other, and because of that, 99% of all optical shops will do free adjustments if you ask them. So just stop by your local place and tell them if it's too loose or too tight or high on one side. They'll know what to do. It only takes about 30 seconds to a minute to adjust a pair of glasses properly. But I'm going to get these in a 3-point stance before I ship, which is also known as standard alignment. The 3 points are 1, 2, and the bottom of the frame being 3. I set them down on the counter and press down. There is no wobble. And when I say wobble, I'm part of that 80%. When I press down on mine, they wobble on the counter, but they sit level on me. For those of you keeping score at home, I'm wearing the RayBan 2132 New Wayfarer in color 6144. This is the original Wayfarer. In my left hand, the black. It was originally made in 1952. This is the one the Blues Brothers wore. John F. Kennedy, of course, Bob Dylan in his great video where he's moving the plaques during the songs. A million celebrities and hipsters have worn this one. This one came out in 1992. The original has a little bit of panoscopic tilt where it comes in closer to the cheek. They changed that in 92 and made it where it's a little bit more upright, and that is the difference in them. Let me put mine back on so I can see what I'm doing, yo. Alright, I'm going to flip these over, press down, make sure there's no wobble. I close each temple to make sure they overlap perfectly, and they do, and they're not askew at all. Now this is what your lenses look like. I'm going to not only am I going to include instructions on how to care for your eyeglasses and lenses so they last you for years, but I'm going to include instructions on how to care for your cleaning cloths and your case so those too will last you for years. I hear I'm the only seller on the internet that does that. You're going to be getting one of my own premium microfiber cloths as well as the RayBan cleaning cloth too. I field test every cleaning cloth to make sure that it works. I don't want to send you a defective cloth. I don't know why I get tickled by doing that, but I think it's pretty funny. I'm using your cloth that you're going to receive. So if you get this in the mail and you see a few wrinkles in there, you know it works. You know it does. You can't say that it won't. So that is it. If anyone has any questions, just email me through the website or through this link or at freeprescriptionlenses@gmail.com. William out of Durham, North Carolina, my hometown. Before going to school at the University of North Carolina in Chapel Hill, now living in Denver, Colorado. I hope you enjoyed watching as I cut non-prescription lenses with anti-glare because he was getting fatigue at the computer, and that anti-glare coating is going to help for that. And of course, he's going to be able to write these off on his taxes, insurance, or flex dollars with the receipt I will provide. But I hope you enjoyed watching as I cut lenses for your new RayBan 2140 color 901, which is the classic shiny black in the 50 eye size. And everyone else has got a chance to see how I bring that love and feeling back to glasses. Thank you.